my yard.
Yep.
Tail wag. The second you set him down, with me talking, as soon as he clapped eyes on me, tail wagging.
This room has amazing light.
Yeah.
Both natural and not.
Yeah. This is great for the moment.
He's like, lady, you left me.
Uh-huh. Again, we
Here
have
you.
opinions.
Yeah.
You left me, you're new, I like you, but I'm not quite ready for all this. Hi! The tail! These boys are really expressive. You're like your brother. You have a lot of feelings, don't you?
He knows you there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm here, and he's just like,
Oh,
whoa.
absolutely. That's why I'm talking to him, because there's no point not.
Yeah.
He absolutely knows I'm here. He's like, when I'm ready, lady, when I'm ready. Hi. Not ready yet.
Oh, I think he's peeing. Doing a little pee pee.
Oops, oops. I think he actually thought he was going to do that. He was so sleepy.
Yeah, he smelled the paper and
He says, oh, hi, what you doing? Are you going to take me out of it? Puppy, puppy, puppy. Oh, puppy, puppy. Okay,
you
puppy.
might have to intervene.
Yep, I gotta come over here. Sorry, not the way we wanted to meet. But we gotta address this issue. Ooh, you got it good. I'm gonna need another one.
I didn't want him rolling in it.
Yeah, here we go, puppy. Let's clean this up. Let's clean this up.
Sorry.
It's okay. My dogs are gonna think I smell really interesting later. He's like, I am so offended. Okay. I'm sorry to insult you with all of this.
And I'm gonna remember that's in this corner. So
Yeah, we need to do this one and we need
Yeah.
to go there. I already forgot how that usually is right here. Okay. Let's come over here and sit down and let's make friends. Here, I'm gonna put your butt down and you can do whatever you want, okay? Hi. He says, I am so offended.
yeah.
I'm not speaking to you, and I'm not speaking to you. And I don't want anything else to do with this room.
Is he looking at the? No, he's looking around.
I think he's covertly looking around while pointedly looking that direction.
Yeah.
But I think this is still all communication. He's cheering up about it now, though. I mean, there's zero effort to get out of my lap. Like, he's settled in. He's sniffing. We'll kick him out of my lap in a second. Hi. I'm sorry. I grabbed you. I agree, it was rude. You think we could be friends anyway? He says, I don't know. You're kind of untrustworthy. His tail's back up. But I like the pets. I'll take the pets. He's relaxing so much that his butt is oozing off of my legs, and he's kind of listing to the side. He's about to keel over. But at the same time, he's got a lot of tension in his neck
and his feet.
So he is definitely not relaxed about this whole thing. But I really think a lot of this still has to do with me having to grab him like that. Like, that was not ideal.
Yeah.
And this litter has consistently needed that second to get to know people on their own terms, which he didn't get. And he's I think another very opinionated little boy. And I think it's kind of funny that he will accept the pets, without actually forgiving me for all of this. And without letting go of stress about the room. So just the ability to do that, it's like eating when they're stressed. The way he is, because he's relaxing, like I said, enough that his butt is sliding off the back of my feet and he's keeling over to the side. I'm holding him upright. It's like the eating thing. It's the stress is not that stressy. Okay, I'm gonna put you down.
It's more like maybe getting stuck.
Yeah.
And not knowing how to.
Yep.
Really process the situation.
Yeah.
Because it's like really novel. Like he's not scared, but he doesn't know.
He doesn't know what to do next, and his normal interactions were completely interrupted.
Yeah.
And with the stressful being grabbed and picked up and paper toweled, I mean, he's the definition of stuck right now.
Maybe some cheese would help.
Yeah, we'll go to the cheese. What do you think?
Make friends.
He's like, I'm willing to talk about it.
Stop. Yeah, you stop touching me.
Don't stop that. What you got there? What you got there, lady?
Oh, yeah.
It's like I heard that open. I smell the cheese. Okay. I mean, this is not a fearful puppy.
No, it's just stuck.
And they're going to get stuck more easily because they were asleep. But the thing that I would, very smart, take away from this in terms of home is, again, like his brother, he has some opinions and they're pretty, he's not exactly open to other points of view. So he's very much going to be a puppy that you're going to have to work with to get him to show him that sometimes your point of view is good for him. Like that, if you listen to me, do things the way I want, there might be cheese involved. He's not unmotivated, but it's on his terms, and it's working around what he thinks needs to happen for sure.
Probably would be better too, like to have a good routine, very predictable kind of home where there's not a lot of things changing and all the time, because that seems like that confuses him.
Yep. And even the cheese, he's not his problem solving. He's just trying to push the thing around. He's not really working with it. He's not an outside the box thinker.
Yeah.
And situations where he has to adapt are probably going to be challenging for him and stressful. That said, he still did respond pretty well to, you want to just clean up this cheese? Would that make you feel better? To being held and having that safe base. So again, once he has that relationship with his core person, a lot of that may shift. But just on his own, he's probably going to struggle a bit with novelty. And it's more of a processing, interpretation kind of thing than it is fear, because he doesn't know what to do with it. So the other thing that I would do with this little boy is get him out and about a lot, but in a very safe way, where he doesn't feel pressured and he can just observe, or whatever it is he wants to do. Just really let him set the pace and let it be on his terms, but get him a lot of exposure. Because we want to reduce the number of things that are novel, and think categorically instead of like a laundry list of specific things. So taking him to some busier environments would probably be a great idea, but do it with him in your lap and just let him hang out there. If that's what he wants, great. Yeah. And feed him cheese. He clearly likes cheese. So just be in that environment and occasionally feed him cheese. Don't let him fixate on the cheese. We want him processing the environment around him, so that he learns about it, but giving him safe exploration. And letting him form associations with things he finds positive and reaffirming. Because see, now he's much more willing to be my friend. He's forgiving me for that incident earlier because I provided cheese and pets. I mean, I don't even know the rate he's going with this, if I even want to do
No. That is something I can fill in from just doing more stuff at home and
He's noticed this, he's not interested.
Yeah.
No interest at all, really. Yeah, and it's a shame he's probably not going to explore the room more, but I don't think it's fearfulness. I think it's...
You want to give him room?
I might try walking around and
Yeah, and maybe just changing the place, because I feel like if he's stuck, he's kind of like, okay, you're there, I'm going to be here.
Yep, I'm going to be
and
here.
I'm going to just rely on that, and that's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to create a little bit more space, and yeah, because I mean, he's just draping himself over me. And he's sleepy. Like, I think a lot of this is I don't want to versus I'm afraid. And that makes it hard for us to see more of...
He's like, yeah, I'll get in your lap.
He's like, just pick me up, please. Little buddy. I'm actually trying to put you down. Go up for just 1 second, okay? No. Oh my goodness, though, what a lover. We also know he's clearly a lap dog. And he is soaking up the physical attention.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I had to kind of rudely grab him all of a sudden and then towel him off, there was no resistance to that.
Yeah.
He was offended, but he was more offended because he doesn't know me than because of the handling.
Yeah.
So this little boy wants held, he wants cuddled, he wants laps, he wants love. I think he's going to be a very, very affectionate companion. He's just going to need a little bit of encouragement in new situations.
And also, we're testing at 7.5 weeks.
Yeah, and they do
So,
tend to
yeah.
test more conservative.
Yeah.
It's a big difference between 7.5 weeks and 8.5 weeks. She's grunting and making little snuffle noises. It's very sweet.
He is also like leaning into you there
Yeah.
and stretching out into that. Yeah.
He's
So.
really into the love. But you know that they're sleepy, they're young. I'm not seeing anything that suggests that I have any reason for concern, and I think if he were more awake and
Yeah.
just a little bit different situation, I think he would be engaging a lot more with the environment. Let's go for a little walk. You want to go for a walk with me? Come on. Puppy, 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 puppy. Puppy, puppy. Oh, Frank. Come on, Frank. Come on, Frank. Come on, Frank. The brain's turning. He's not shut down.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out, that was a little much. Because he's sleepy, I think there's a lot of just overstimulation. So he's like, it's too much. I don't know. But at the same time, that too much got him moving.
Yeah.
And see, now he's going to explore. Again, the difference, if a dog is truly fearful and they have that too much reaction, they're going to retreat. He's coming in.
Oh, yeah, and he just shook off.
Yeah, he needed the stimulation.
Yeah.
He needed that little spike in arousal to get things rolling. So, yeah, and he's very actively exploring now, which is exactly what I would expect. He's very aware of where I am. I see you pick up the big elephant. You like the big elephant? Hi.
He's like, oh yeah, let's play.
Hi. I'm gonna play with this. Okay, you wanna play with this? Yay, good boy. I'm sorry, I'm moving around a lot. There's some visual not online yet, like a little bit of tracking, which is really super normal for this age, and that can also, make it just a little harder to process your environment.
And then he comes to you, and then he's like, okay, just pet me. I don't need anything else in life. It's like he doesn't want to explore when you're present.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because cuddling with me is way more motivational than exploring. But there's no hesitation about anything in the environment. It's just when he doesn't know how to process it. He doesn't even shut down. He just, he gets stuck is the best way to describe it.
And it just needs time and patience and encouragement to do it. Yep. I think that's what I've learned with some of my dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. I think as he gets a little older, he's going to outgrow a lot of this when his eyes finish their thing, developing and processing finishes. It's really common for puppies this age to have some problem tracking visually, more common than not. The rest of this litter's just been a little ahead on that. So like just that was what happened. I could see it I could see his eyes. His eyes failed to track the ball. And because of that, he was like, whoa. But he's got a degree of intelligence, whereas a lot of puppies this age would have that same experience, because like I said, most puppies don't have that, and they would just kind of blast through it. He actually has the intelligence to recognize, wait, I didn't track that.
He's leaning into your arm. Oh my God.
All the way. He's all
like, yes.
He's like, can you please just pick me up?
Yeah. And it's kind of hard to tell because he's so kind of like
subdued
like, and unemotional, whether he is like stiff, but that wasn't stiffness. He was like, he was enjoying what you were doing, and he's letting that happen, and he wants more of it. That's so cool.
And that's the same thing he was doing in my lap before that I was trying to describe. Like it was this flooping, but he's retaining just enough tension so that he didn't have to let go of the environment. Now he's more comfortable in the environment, so he's letting go of it. So again, he's keeling over on one side. He's like, would you just, I'm just gonna chill, like hammock style, and you just pet me. So this guy's gonna do well in a less busy environment. You know, I don't think he'll necessarily thrive in a home with a bunch of kids coming in and out, screaming, yelling, kids' toys all the time. Loud parties are not gonna be his thing, most likely. Although, again, very young, he might outgrow a lot of this. But just a kind of chill home environment where it's him and his core group of people that he knows. I think he'll be extremely social and affectionate. And then when he's out and about,
petting him, and he's like, no, please continue.
Yeah, and he's working to get it, and he's really engaging with me. Like, he's a sweet boy, and he's not fearful, so that's not going to be a worry. But I think he needs exposure to novelty when he's young, so that less things are novel, but it needs to be really careful, cautious socialization, so we don't overwhelm him, and we don't have him shutting down. We want him to just take it in. I don't think he needs to interact with it. I think he needs to just see it. At a distance is fine. That way he learns that things are safe, like people of different ethnicities, for example. People wearing hats, people wearing sunglasses, people carrying various different shapes of bags, things that are normal in life but that are going to be novel to him. He just needs to see that there's a range of possibilities. Because he's smart enough to really be very granular about everything. He's aware of everything, and he's thinking and judging about every little individual thing. A lot of dogs are very categorical, so it's like, oh, new weird environment. Okay, I expect everything in this new weird environment to be new, because it's a category. New weird environment's a whole big category, and it contains a lot of things. Other dogs are very specific. Okay, new weird environment. Okay, fine. But what does that mean in this context? And he's that kind of dog.
Yeah, he's a specific, that's why he gets stuck.
Yep, because he doesn't have the skills. He's a baby, and his knowledge about the world is limited. So it's not fear, it's that. It's a way of thinking, and it's actually, he's very smart. And that's why he's thinking that way. A dumb dog couldn't even begin to think that way. So this is a smart puppy. He's an affectionate social puppy. He's stable. He's confident, but he's got some, he needs to understand his world. And he, when he doesn't understand it, he defaults to that stuck place. Be very sweet. Very, very sweet.
And he just eats it up. He just eats up the...
And this is why I say, like, when you take him out and about in public, do take him out and about, but just hold him. Just hold him and do this in various environments. If he wants to go explore, great. But if he doesn't, just hold him. Because he's taking it in. He's observing it. But this is reassuring to him. This is giving him safety. This is going to give him confidence in the long run. Now I'm curious, now that he's had a good love session, what will happen if I put him back down? I want your foot to get stuck. There you go, little boy. Note how much faster we're back to exploring. I'm still thinking no to the can and the umbrella.
Agree. because I want him to have a good experience with all of this novelty and new person.
Yep.
So let's not even like.
I think it'd recover, but I think it would shift this from a thing that he's now decided is good and he's happy with to something that's still stressful.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
And we have enough. There's noise. There's a bunch of cars passing. There's other things that have happened in the room. There was the noise of that little container opening and closing twice. He's been exposed to noises and he's had no reaction to them. I don't see anything to make me think he's noise sensitive.
Nice dog. Look at that.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he really wants
very social with the dog. I do think he might be visually sensitive, but I think that is related to development and not actual startle response.
Yeah, now let's just have him have a good experience
and move on. You're a good little boy. He's like, hey, why don't you
don't stop.
I just really want the love. I don't really care about
at home he doesn't seem to be very like scared of noises or anything. Yeah, that's something you can watch in other environments too. And I think this is the kind of puppy that you will have a very different puppy if he's with his person, like we said, and away from his person. I think they'll be very, very different because he is very socially connected and reliant. Like I've had them where they were like this, and there was it was kind of like a less experienced evaluator was like, well, this puppy is fearful, which is clearly not.
No, he's not.
And when I took that puppy out in the real world, like on the street, the puppy like this, because he was bonded to me, did really good on it. Like the street doesn't bother him, and being out and about didn't bother him. He did better in the real life situation than the puppy that scored better.
Yeah.
But at that time we were using like Volhard kind of type testing, which is doesn't really doesn't have any precision whatsoever.
Right.
So
it's looking for some really specific characteristics for a really specific job, and otherwise it's not super useful. And I agree. I think a lot of testers would score him as highly fearful and avoidant, but I think that would be incorrect scoring. Right. I don't agree with that at all. I think he is actually quite confident. He's processy, and he's smart, and he gets stuck. And I do think he's likely to outgrow the stuckness with experience. And just again, a truly stressed puppy is not going to behave this way. He's very relaxed,
and he's eating, and he's engaging.
Yes, exactly.
And
this is play. What he's doing with my face, it's low key play, but it's play. Yeah. He's making a ton of eye contact. His body has been loose, no body tension, just a little vigilance, but no real body.
He just needs age, and he will benefit from having and they're not going home for another week.
Yeah, and that's going to help tremendously too.
So there's going to be a little bit more age. There's going to be a good bit of outings in the next couple weeks. So I personally have no concerns about it.
No, I agree.
We've seen it. We've seen more. Yeah, we've seen significantly more. We've seen fearful puppies. We've seen puppies with big reactions. He's
just thoughtful.
Yeah.
And he's a little introverted, I think is the best way to describe him. And I think he's just going to be happiest in an introverted lifestyle with parents who are probably also introverts. Yep. Whoa, I'm sorry, puppy. I actually did not mean to do that. But again, note the complete lack of fear.
Yeah.
And that was just because my foot's asleep. I accidentally bumped the thing trying to stand up. I mean, come on. There is no fear here.
He's like, okay, I'm just going to lay here and...
A fearful puppy does not do this.